A wise person once said, when you lose, you learn. I'm your host, Julie Milam, and welcome to Marquee Backstage.
Not that serious now. Yeah, I bandaged up the heartache so it won't show, but it's bleeding through, and I can't take anymore.
It's time to get real. Our featured artist in this episode is probably found somewhere between the bottle and you, delivering powerful vocals for national touring groups Floored and Jericho Woods. This singer-songwriter and visual artist is now creating down-to-earth country jams from the Randall Barn in Webster, Kentucky. This is Josh Mitcham.
I think I'm dying, but I don't know how. But it's not that serious, not that serious now. It's not that serious now. It's not that serious now.
Josh, I am so excited to dig deep with you. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
Tell us where you grew up. Let's go back to the very beginning.
All right, I'm from Breckinridge County, Kentucky. I grew up when I was young. We moved to a farm close to where my grandparents lived, and did all the small town stuff that everybody talks about. Cruising around town and meeting in parking lots and talking. But I came to Western for college, and then that's kind of where all the music stuff kind of took off for me.
So you didn't grow up with a guitar in your hand?
Well, so in our hometown, we had a chorus teacher that in rural Kentucky, it shouldn't have been like a big deal for there to be a chorus concert. Mm-hmm. But it was kind of like the cultural, meeting spot for everybody. So multiple times a year when we had concerts, like everybody in the community came. So it was very cool to be associated with that. We had a great music program, marching band, all that was great. Which and I thank our hometown, because it would have been real easy to go, that stuff's not cool.
Yeah.
You need to get out and cut tobacco or whatever. But yeah, they really fostered that. I had a great teacher who encouraged me and wanted me to do All-State and all those things, even though I'd rather play basketball and I didn't want to miss that stuff. But it kind of started there. So yeah, I sang a lot. My grandparents used to laugh at me later on. They said, the whole time you were mowing the yard and singing, we knew we could hear you over the lawnmower, but we never said anything because we didn't want to ruin it. But yeah, it's always kind of been around. But performance-wise, the bug, came from when I came to Western.
So no high school bands? You didn't start a band at home?
I was in one band. We practiced forever and had one gig. We played like a project graduation or something. And I was the jock in a band with a bunch of kids that were in marching band and played music all the time. So I'm sure it was one of those things like, what's this guy know about music?
So you performed some. You were bitten by the bug of performing when you were in high school. You go to college, playing sports in college, focusing on music?
No, I had been like the class president and the student council guy and the academic team guy and the jock and all that. So when I came to college, I was like, not doing any of that stuff. Mm-hmm. I'll go work out a little bit. I'll go hang out with my friends. I'll do it, but I'm not going to get engaged in this saying yes to everything. And just kind of stumbled into the lobby at Barnes Campbell, which is no longer there. And some guys were playing. I was like, can I go get my guitar? They're like, sure. I think they were playing Sweet Home Alabama or something. It's like classic redneck, rural kids, playing their Skinner. But that led to us playing together more, which eventually led to the formation of Floored, which we played together for like 15 years. And through all the different transition of the Bowling Green scene, like back when there was Baker Boys, and then Tidball's opened, and then Tidball's was the place, and you know, there was all these great places to play music, and it was every weekend. Every Thursday night we were packing it out, and you know, we all had plenty of money where we didn't have to have a real job. We'd go eat at Teresa's, you know, or somewhere late at night, and take our girlfriends out and buy them something. You know, that was the life to me at the time.
You had it all.
I had it all, and then I had to graduate.
Yeah, I wish I had a Corvette. Outrun problems I don't have yet. Leave the tears before the pillow's wet. Yeah, I wish I had a Corvette. If I'd only known way back when everything I know right now. If I only had a Corvette, I could get myself out of this. You lose, you learn. Crash and burn. Hearts get broke, tables turn. You lose, you learn. Yeah, I wish I had a Mustang. I could outrun anything. Be gone before the lights change. Yeah, I wish I had a Mustang. If I'd only known way back when everything I know right now. If I only had a Mustang, I could get myself out of this. You lose, you learn. Crash and burn. Hearts get broke, tables turn. You lose, you learn. Yeah, I wish I had an old truck. I could stop by and pick you up. Be gone for the...
I went to school to be a teacher, so I was teaching agriculture in Bardstown, and had an opportunity to move closer to home. Did that for a few years, and Florida was kind of cooling off. We weren't really playing very much, and I got together with some other guys and started writing some songs, and that's where Jericho Woods came in, and it really kind of took off fast. And I'm kind of in that place where I had to make a decision, you know, and honestly, I had students that were like, you know, you tell us all the time we can be whatever we want to be, and we know where you would rather be. Why aren't you doing this thing?
Does that make you feel bad? That the
Sort
kids
of.
are like, we know that your heart's not here.
But it made me feel good. I mean, they were like, we know you love this, but
Chase your dreams.
but you tell us that line all the time, and you're not really following through. So I was lucky to have a superintendent who let me take a leave of absence for a year. And after that year, I decided that I was just going to keep trucking. So did that for about 5 years, music full time. We toured all over, had a lot of fun, played all these great venues that I'd always wanted to play.
But you reached a level of success that you hadn't yet with Jericho Woods. Like, that was some commercial success. Videos on CMT.
Yeah, so but it did its thing. Like, you know, it's why I feel really good about where I'm at now. Jericho Woods didn't really start out being a country group. But I tell people, it's like, if somebody just taps you 1,000 times, they could push you across the room, you know, by the end of the day. You know, so it's like, you know, the more time we spent in Nashville, the more things started kind of, you know, producers say, why don't we do this instead of that? Or you're writing with other people, and you're just trying to find a place at the table, right? And
I want to see this through.
Yeah, and so I think, and you're trying to keep your band together, and you're trying to play enough shows that everybody's eating and they're getting paid, and at a certain point in that, you lose. You're not an artist as much as you would like to be, because it's got to be marketable, and you got to be able to keep the wheels on. And I think we kind of got into that place where towards the end it was like, this isn't what it was when it was here, which wasn't necessarily a bad thing, but it changed a lot. And
became a business.
And it had a lot to do with the fact that we didn't have a backup plan, and I did have a family, and I did promise them that I would still pay all my bills. So I wasn't a 20-year-old who could just play for beer and food and gas money to get to the next show.
Anymore.
Right. So
was that hard on your family life when you would come home? Was that dynamic different also? Did it feel different?
I'd done both for so long that it was kind of nice to only do one.
Mm-hmm.
So like when I was home, and I could help and do things, and I wasn't trying to squeeze that kind of stuff in at the end of the day after I'd already been at work all day. So there was parts of that were great. And it was also wonderful to wake up every day and go, I've got to figure out how to make some money today, or I need to write a new song, or I've got to book some shows. So there was being your own boss. There was, I loved that. It was, but sometimes you get home on Sunday night, and on Monday you'd lay on the couch for half the day, just like, what am I doing? How long can I keep doing this?
Right.
What am I doing to my family? What am I, they were great. Stella didn't complain very much, and but I think she knew I had to do that thing. I had to go all in, and I had to do that, just for my own sanity. Because now I can be back at work, and I'm like,
Been there, done that.
I did that thing, but I'm at a place now where the music can be whatever I want it to be. I'm writing songs for people that are my age now,
Mm-hmm.
So that means it probably won't ever be on the radio, because that's probably not the target audience, but that's okay, because it's what comes out when I open my mouth. So
You called the thing off, so I'm trying to move on. I've been on some dates, stayed out too late, like some country song. She treats me right, she gives me my space, she knows what to say when I've had a bad day, so I'll blow up the place. I guess I found me a lover to sleep in my bed, and she fights off the demons that swirl in my head. She makes me feel better, and she keeps me from going insane. But she's not the same thing. No, she's not the same thing. Well, I tried my best to love her the right way, but girl, I can't lie. When I close my eyes, I still see your face. I guess I found me a lover to sleep in my bed, and she fights off the demons that swirl in my head. She makes me feel better, and she keeps me from going insane. But she's not the same thing. No, she's not the same thing. Oh, she could do better than waiting around for me while I sort out some burnout old flames.
So what's up next? Because we have new music.
Yes. So I was able to, throughout the pandemic, just like everybody else, what else you gonna do when you're stuck at home? So I bought all the equipment that I needed and got all the stuff, and luckily everybody had adapted to recording virtually and doing things remote. So I could send a track out and say, hey, I need drums, I need guitar, and sometimes guys could come to the farm and work on it. Anna came and played fiddle in the barn, but I did a lot of it there on the farm, and was able to create a big record. It's got 11 songs on it. Probably left 15, probably had 15 other songs I could have recorded, and could spend a lot of time, did all the mixing and all that on my own. And having been in bands before, this time could kind of go, hey, I want it to sound like this, or I'd like this part, and that was fun. And maybe that's something that I'd like to help other artists with too at some point. But yeah, so I was able to record a record. Excited for that to go out. And you still have all those connections, so I can still send it out to all the people that media outlets and writers and people that I know that will listen to it and say, this is great, or this is not as good as your last one, or whatever. But that's why you do it. You want people to hear it, and you want people to be affected. However, but it was nice to not have to tailor it to a genre, or really have to, it kind of goes, it moves around a little bit and has some different styles. I did a cover on it, and did own CD cover design and did all that
great.
stuff.
100% of it.
Well, it's like you can, all that stuff is there. You can get the apps on your phone, or you can buy a MacBook and buy some microphones, and you can literally, it's kind of almost come full circle. Mm-hmm. There was a time when everybody did it like that, and then it became like super, super complicated, and you had to have $1 million, room with huge consoles, and that still makes records sound good. But I was trying to achieve a sound. I wanted it to sound a certain way that was pleasing to my ear, and it may not be to other people, but I could do that kind of in my own space and take my time. So yeah, just trying to, I don't know, if you're an artist, you're already, you're over it by the time it's done, and you're already ready to do the next thing. And
then you have to promote it.
Yeah, then you have to promote it, and you're like, oh my God, I'm so tired of talking about these songs that I wrote a year ago. But this is different because you haven't been out touring it.
Right.
I haven't been out, when the record comes out, it'll be the first time that a lot of people have ever heard some of these songs. So so that's kind of nice.
It's exciting.
Yeah, really, I'm just trying to pile up a bunch of stuff before I die. So it's like, all I hope is that I can be like Robert Earl Keen when I'm in my 60s and 70s and decide to quit or come out of retirement, or they say, Josh put out 20 records. That's pretty cool, and I'm very proud of being a Kentucky, songwriter and musician. I think we have the most talented people in the whole world. The legacy here of music, it can be all over the map, and I'm just trying to take my situation and my experience and try to make it sound like me, and hopefully someday people can hear a song and go, yep, that's a Josh song. Like I know who wrote that, and so that's where I'm at.
Well, I'm excited to meet a little bit of you with all of our viewers, all of our followers, and help you continue to connect with all of them and beyond.
That's it. That's the thing. Just being able to, it's so neat to have people from other states or other places, send you a message and say, hey, I really like this song. It's like, that's something that happened to me, or be able to go anywhere and know somebody.
Right.
And music has done that for me more than anything else.
It's been a Monday, a Tuesday, Wednesday's looking rough. Thursday, I might stay in bed. Friday morning, I might slam the door and say I've had enough. Pick you up, burn down Saturday again. Sunday morning, I'll pray to him and thought it would tide me over till I found my dreams. But now I'm 38 and wondering if this is ever gonna end. Bust my ass for 16 hours just to do it all again. But I do what I can. I'm just trying to be a man. I'm just waiting for someone to give a damn. It's been a Monday up a Tuesday, Wednesday's looking rough. Thursday, I might stay in bed. Friday morning, I might slam the door and say I've had enough. Pick you up, burn down Saturday again. And Sunday morning, I'll pray to him again till Monday rolls around. Till Monday rolls around. Been a Monday of a Tuesday, Wednesday's looking rough, and Thursday, hell, I might stay in bed. Friday morning,